Hey, this is Chris, and this is another quick daily tip. Today we're going to be taking a look at a couple different ways to practice sounding more 80s metal. All right, let's go ahead and get started. If you're wondering why I'm wearing these cans here, it's because I'm using a neural DSP plugin. It's the Soldano 100, SLO 100. It sounds like this. So since I'm not using a real amp, I'm just using a plug-in, it's nice to actually hear what I'm doing. I can take them off and play it, but it looks a little cooler without the headphones, but it's kind of nice to hear what I'm playing as well. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you need to know your diatonic. We're just going to be banging around on the 6th string today, doing some power chords. I'm going to come up with some different patterns that you can do to sound like metal. All right, so the first thing you need to do is you need to know your diatonic power chords based off the 6th string out of E minor. So the first one, this is obviously going to be your 1 chord because E is the first note of an E minor scale. So I would suggest just starting with some 8th notes, like 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And we're going to do that going up the neck throughout the scale. So we have 1. The 2 chord is F sharp. The 3 chord. Now technically, if you understand music theory, it's not a regular power chord because the 2 chord is a minor 7 flat 5 chord or a half diminished. So like this note is not in E minor technically, would be that, which sounds horrible. But just for some fun metally practice, we're going to ignore that, and so do Metallic and everyone else. No one cares that there's a wrong note in there when you go. You can't hear that there's, maybe someone can hear, but in general, you're not going to notice that there's a wrong note in there. So we have 1, 2, G is flat 3, the 4 chord is A, B is the 5 chord, C, up here on the 8th fret, that's going to be your flat 6. Then D is your flat 7 chord. Then back up to the root, which is E. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to play a pattern and just go straight up the scale. We're going to go, let's make it, I was going to go. Maybe we'll just use that one. I think that one sounds really cool. It's a little harder than just going. Than doing that. So what we're going to do is it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3. Emphasizing the and of 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So what I'm doing is I'm going 1 and 2 and I'm emphasizing the and of 2. 1 and 2 and everything else I'm palm muting. So I'm going. If we go up the neck, it's going to go. All right, for our next pattern, what we're going to do is we're going to be kind of doing the same pattern, the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, except we're going to be have a lot with open. We're going to keep the open E, chug it along the whole way, so it's going to sound like. And I'm just moving up the scale once again. All right, so let's go ahead and do it. All right, that's the next pattern. Now let's go ahead and take a look at another pattern you can do. All right, for the next pattern, what we're going to do is kind of like piggybacking. I don't know what else to call it. Where I'm going to start on, I'm going to go 1, flat 3, 2. Basically, going to go up 2, come back 1. The diatonic chord, so it would sound like this. I kind of like that one. I think that one sounds cool. If you wanted to change up the picking pattern, like a... I think that sounds pretty cool. That was the picking pattern that I'm doing. I'm going. That sounds pretty metally to me. And something else, you know, I'm kind of doing a pattern, but you can take an idea and then do it all over the neck, just messing around. Like I'm just going to go ahead and just play random diatonic E power chords. You know, so you can go ahead and change up the picking pattern, but really focus in on those diatonic power chords on the 6th string that are in the key of E minor. All right, so next we're going to take a look at a couple different wrong notes you can put in. Sometimes the wrong notes are more fun than the right notes, meaning we're going to put in a couple non-diatonic power chords that make it sound more metal. The first one, I'm trying to think of which Metallica song. It must be Enter Sandman, where he's where he's putting in this this F power chord on the and to 4, and that sounds really cool. So you could do something like, so like you know, go ahead and put in the wrong notes, put in all of the wrong notes in these 12 frets. I think you're going to find that the F sounds really good, and I think this the B flat here sounds good. If you're going, there's something about that one between the 4 and the 5 chord, that flat 5 there, that B flat, I think sounds really cool. Something else you can do is just come up with patterns. They can all but be random. Like let's say I'm gonna use. So let's say I want to use those. I'd like to do with 4 bar, or not 4, like kind of 4 chord patterns. So I go. I don't think I played that the same twice. What about kind of just come up with little patterns. I would imagine that's all Metallica was doing. And it's not hard to come up with a couple different patterns to kind of put together to sound like a, you know, to make a song basically. So this was my little quick little tip on how to practice sounding metal. I think it's fun just to make a lot of noise. If you're not fast at picking, you can do it nice and slow. I'm alternate picking there. Of course, metal would be all down. It's not really about how fast you can go. It's about how metal you can sound. All right, that was scary. So just have fun with this. It was just a quick little daily tip on practicing some 80s style metal. Maybe I'll do another one where you focus mostly on the 5th string. This was just the 6th string. I hope you like it. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below.